Hello. I'm King Link, and, well, I guess we're gonna have to do this. I actually had a video and review for Wolfenstein Young Blood. It was ready to come out today, and I'm not able to do anything with that. You see, something else has come up over this weekend, something that's more urgent in my mind, more important in my life, really. In case you're wondering, I've been playing Slay the Spire. It's on the screen, but really, this video isn't about that, of course. Just if you're curious about what game you see. So, I've been reviewing games for a little bit over a year, and at first, I kept telling myself I don't want to give away my official name. At first, it was really a concern that I was in the video game industry, and someone who got upset about my review or something would go contact Sony, who I was working for at the time, and try to ruin my dream job. Spoilers, I could do that myself. Yeah, I quit for better things, but same difference. So, yeah, then I got another highly paid job, and it was time for me to kind of announce my name if I wanted to. And I thought, someone could come after my new place of work, try to get me fired there. It'd definitely be harder for sure. Before I manually avoided conflict of interests, and I was extremely careful about that. Now there's absolutely none. I don't work in the game industry anymore. And in fact, just as an example, have you ever noticed I only review Steam games? Conflict of interest was why I started with Steam. I never would touch a first party game from Microsoft or Nintendo. I didn't even want to review other console games because, with Sony, that all was off limits. But I got the new job, and the first anniversary was coming up. I said that was a great time. So why not announce my name then? I didn't. And I came to a realization, for myself at least, I don't think it matters. Personally, just three guys I listen to are Lazy Game Reviews, Yahtzee, and Angry Joe. And I listen to a bunch more. I'm just trying to use these guys as examples. But does me knowing that Angry Joe's name is Joe Vargas really get me anything? I mean, he's on screen, and okay, I don't do that because I don't like the way I look, but the fact is, I don't think the name really matters to you. My reviews are about my experience with the game, not what my name is. And I do know some reviewers who are actually quite public about their name, and I think, well, there's actually a bias and problematic dealings with the industry from them also. So it's not like giving out a name fixes all those. It actually, I think, could be more problematic. And the point, though, is really there's no need for me to announce my name. No one's ever said I had to. But the fact is, that choice has kind of been taken away from me now. You see, the title of this video is accurate, at least what I titled it now. If you still haven't heard, there was a leak of about 2,000 records, 2,025 in the file I have, and yeah, I have seen it. No, I won't let anyone touch it, of course, but I keep it as a reminder because, it's kind of fucked up my life, to be blunt. I really don't like to swear on videos, and I don't think it's necessary most of the time, but I really didn't want to say it, but to be honest, this has fucked up everything. And I don't think there's a better way to put that. I was Sunday morning, I was hanging out online talking to a buddy that I've mentioned a few times, Jay, and I was playing the Messenger. We were joking about it and the game Squad, and 1 a.m. in the morning, and all of a sudden my phone rings. Now, I usually ignore my phone pretty much all the time, but for some reason I picked it up this time, and the guy addressed me with my name, and now, no one has my number that knows me as King Link. At least, not my outside of my friends. I mean, no one. So, I also get like zero calls on the phone. I like texting, I like all that. I'll chat with people. I don't use my phone to really contact anyone, so I was concerned something was up. And he did address me by name, so he clearly had some knowledge about me. So that guy then went on to tell me that he found my name in a leak. Now, at the time, I wasn't really paying that much attention. I admit, I really thought this was a scam, like I always do when I pick up the phone. So I never confirmed anything. I didn't even tell him it was actually my name. And you can actually tell me, like, my wife has died on the phone, and I'll be like, what's her name? Because I just don't trust people. I'm a cynic about this stuff. But he then kind of read off the entire line from the leak. including my name, my phone, the address I gave to E3, email address, and yeah, that's when I realized that everything has kind of changed. Now, the guy who called me, I believe his name was Whack. He said he was from 4chan. I didn't get the spelling of it, unfortunately, but admittedly, he just wanted to warn me that this was going down. So, honestly, to him, I say thanks. He was the first guy who told me about it. Since then, I've actually heard from a bunch of friends, so thanks to everyone who's contacted me. But this is how I found out. And, God, this is messed up. So far, this is really about me, some small-time reviewers, YouTuber, and more. And we're going to talk about the ramifications of the E3 leak, of course, but just let me get this out of the way just so I can finally say I've done it. So, yes. Officially, my name is Franklin Reese. Now, some people may say, why am I giving this away if I've gone by anonymity and I want it? The fact is, we're at a stage where I protect nothing by hiding my name. Bad actors have it and can use it as an accusation if they really want to. So by me giving it away, it kind of takes a little power away from them. The people who normally listen to me, I assume everyone out there is probably pretty good, good people. And by my saying my name or publishing it, it really doesn't change anything in my mind. Because if people already want the information, they can go get it. So yeah, here's where we get into the other side of things. Now, I am going to talk about bad actors. And just to be clear, I just mean people who want to do bad. Here's the thing. Every single person in the world can say they didn't save a copy of this leak. Same thing about, like, any leaked pictures or whatever. And if you say you didn't keep a copy, that's fine. And I'll accept that from everyone. The fact is, someone out there can also say that they did save a copy, and that's the problem. The good people who can make any statement says that, they're good people, and it doesn't really matter. You're good, so I gladly give you this information because you're not going to do really anything with it. The worst thing someone might do about this is probably call me Francis or Freese. It's just the fact that a single bad actor who wants to do something malicious has a copy of my name and information, and suddenly it's become a problem. So, yeah, why does this matter? Like I said, why is the E3 leak important? And the fact is, at first, I saw some people were laughing about this, including, a relative of mine. Yeah, my sister, Alicia, I saw your tweet, and, you retweeted my tweet to make that joke. Kind of lovely. But it doesn't seem so bad to a lot of people. Now, I agree. Like, at first you can say, okay, it's not bad. I mean, personally, I looked up a couple names just to see, and smart people use their office information for the address at times, so that's good. Smart people. But almost everyone gave their real email address, real phone numbers, and that's kind of how I got a call at 1 in the morning. Now, luckily, the person who called me wasn't a bad actor, at least not that I know of, but it does mean that those who want to do bad have it as well. So, if you are a journalist in the media or something, and you work at a big company, you have an office, if you're, you can just use that address, and that's fine. If you're a small blogger, journalist, YouTuber, who doesn't have an office or didn't put it down, because let's be honest, though, that's a major expense, like having a second location. So probably you gave an address that has some link to you. And the fact is, that means bad actors can get that information. It's out there. But who cares? I'm sure people are saying, with a phone number, an email address, even a home address, what can I do? Now, 99% of people, 99.99% of people, let's say, can't do very much. None of those things are really treated as unique identifiers, and for the most part, it's really not enough information to prove you're someone else because it's given away for free to almost everyone. So, theoretically, you're safe. But here's the thing. We work in the games media. We review games, we cover them, we talk about our opinions, we just play games with other people. I really like gamers, and I would, again, honestly say like 99.99% of gamers, or even higher, are really relatively sane. Yeah, there's some assholes out there, and they're gonna be the way it is. but they're just going to call you a rude name for the most part, or kick you in the heat of the moment from a game, you know? So far, so good, and nothing's so bad yet. But I think everyone knows where we're going, especially with recent information about like harassment of devs, or the Epic harassment, the Young Blood harassment, and more. People in gaming circles like to, let's just say, threaten each other's lives. It's not good, it's not okay, and I'm never going to condone it. That's not an acceptable way to do this. Now, as much as I hate some people, I think saying that you're going to harm them in some way is way over the line, where whether it's, from a bad review, a delay in the game, or just criticism of the industry, or really anything else. These are video games, entertainment, and people just freaking chill out about it. But I've already had a couple threats, just in email. I'm small potatoes, I'm nothing, but I know. Here's the problem I have with the E3 leak, though. Most reviewers are relatively anonymous. The three guys I've said, Lazy Game Reviews, Yahtzee, and Angry Joe, I bet there's some information about them out there if I really wanted to find it, but I don't know what is. Now, for some reviewers, home addresses are out there, but for most of them, they treat that as personal, private information, and they don't want people to know it. Personal contact information is out there, but again, you try to hide it, at least some of it, from people. But for me, the next time someone says, they're going to get me, let's see what I'll do, if they want to hurt me or, kill me, I kind of have to remember my personal information is out there. And for that, a lot of information can be gathered. So even if my home address is incorrect, it's probably in the same city, or I've mentioned my city in my videos somewhere. And, if anyone has been looking through public records, it's kind of easy to get a lot of information with just city and name. So, yeah. I mean, at this point, every threat now is more threatening. I have a family. I worry not only for me, but for them. And every angry fan out there has just a little more information and ammo, I might get a call in the middle of the night, and that would suck, but the fact is, that's far from the worst case in all this. I'm sure any sane person can think of far worse. I know I definitely have, about 5 minutes after that call. A very nice person on Twitter actually said, by the name of Jude Retro Games, I believe, replied to me and said, "Wow, I hope they do something to make it up to everyone." It's kind of a really lovely thought. But the simple fact is, I just don't know what anyone can do to make this up. It's one thing to give away my name, and now I'm no longer have anonymity that I had like on Thursday of last week. But how can you untell all the secret information you've given away? How can you, fix any of this? There's really no way to make it up. And I'm sure the ESA kind of knows this, and that's why their apology was really weak. Everything is out. Personal identifying information from everyone that went to E3 that they were trusted with is now in the public domain. And they had that little sorry statement. Okay. But they know they can't do what needs to be done. I don't know anyone who could. How I see it, anything that happens to anyone on that list is kind of the ESA's fault now. The fact is, I'm sure someone at the ESA really feels bad. And maybe someone will get fired for this lax security or whatever. And honestly, I don't think that's necessary, but whatever they want to do. Ultimately, though, it doesn't change anything. I really don't have anything else I can say about this. There's not a good ending to this video or story. There's not a happy moment to be had here. Life is just a little more dangerous because of the leak for about 2,025 people, and there's nothing we can do about it. As for me, I'm not going to stop reviewing games. I'm not going to give up, but this is absolutely horrible. That's all I really have to say, and I've always wanted to end a video with this, but it's really never been appropriate, at least not like this. Fuck it.